I can't believe you. There were 2 new uploads on Kane Pixel's channel that are all about the backrooms, and nobody told me, what the crap? I thought we had a good thing going. I thought you were going to tell me about this kind of stuff. You know what? It's fine. It's fine. I forgive you. I forgive you. Just please don't let it happen again, okay? Like, I want that level of trust between us. But yes, there are 2 new videos to Kane Pixel's Backroom series. And ooh, just looking at the titles and the thumbnails gets me excited. We have Backrooms Overflow, and then we have Backrooms Damage Control. And I have a feeling that Damage Control is all about the fact that what happened in Reunion has sent the entire company, Async, just freaking nuts. And everyone's trying to figure out how to make sure we don't have problems going forward. But let's not talk anymore. Let's go ahead and start with Backrooms Overflow. All right, give me the Overflow. What is the Overflow?
Market and non-market economies. Well, as I've said, that our negotiations in this area with the Soviets are just beginning. Commerce Secretary Peterson returned yesterday, 2 weeks, mostly in Moscow, but also in Warsaw, during which time very considerable progress was made.
Beautiful scenery.
We're narrowing our differences, which have kept us from settling our Lend-Lease debt for 25 years. And the good faith which the Soviets would demonstrate by settling the debt would set the stage for a presidential order permitting Ex-Im Bank credits for sales to the Soviets. And it would also open the way for a presidential request of the Congress that denies.
What is happening to the tapes? Oh, something's going wrong. Oh, it's going so very wrong. Why is it getting green and spooky? Why? What was that name? Oh my god, what was that name? I think it started with a J? Last name started with a B? What is happening to the clouds right now? The heck? So we have talks of like, obviously this was time period around the Cold War because of talking about the Soviet Union and talks of peace. What was happening to the tapes? It was just this big, huge electronic interruption. This big interference. I'm assuming the gate was opening, but okay, what is the description? Okay, there's nothing. I'm kind of curious what was going on with the tapes though. Let's move on to, wait, did I say the tapes? I meant the clouds. I'm very much confused by the clouds. Again, I think the tapes are just being interrupted by the interference of the gate opening up. I'm not really sure why the gate was opening up so close. Why it got all green, unless there was like a tear opening up. Ooh, maybe that's why it was getting all green in that boardroom. A lot of theories I'm coming up with. But let's go on to damage control. I'm assuming there's going to be nothing but chaos in this episode.
This is Team A. Do you read us?
Hey team, this is Mark. I read you. What is it? We need immediate armed support of room 14C. My team now being held at gunpoint by a hostile. I repeat, please send immediate armed support to room 14C.
Oh, yep, I was right. It's going right out of Reunion and into this one. They heard the gunshot.
What was that?
A gunshot. That's not what you want. The sounds are great. Eerie, but great. Is the guy, I can't remember, because someone was actually a couple people left comments about who it was. I was gonna say, is he gonna start running back towards the entrance? And is he gonna have the gun with him? He did. Oh, he wants out. He is 100% hostile right now. Do you have a gun in your hand? No, you don't. He is done being stuck in there. I have a feeling, though, you're not getting out of this place. I don't think you're getting out of here alive. Yeah, you need to be very aware of your entire surroundings. Just running through the halls. This is so beautifully done. It's just, what? What happened? Oh, now they're trying to look for him. The only thing is, they're looking for him, but he's got a shotgun. Sorry for the brief cut, there was an ad that came up. Dude, he's got a shotgun. What do you mean you're running after him? Unless he dropped it. Oh, he's getting out. They don't want the secrets getting out because he's got information now on them.
I'd like to thank you all once again for your patience on this. It has been a stressful 15 hours for all of us here, and while he cannot currently be with us, Dr. Beck sends his apologies regarding the numerous inconveniences caused by our decision to keep you here overnight.
Overnight?
Now, it appears that the situation has reached a point of some stability. We're still looking into a few things, but I feel that we can now properly address what occurred without running into speculation.
Oh, address it.
What
Address
happened
it.
last night should not have happened. Not here, not with us. What occurred was a gross misunderstanding that was the result of some severe information mismanagement. Even now, I believe most of you still have an incomplete idea of what took place last night. So before I fill you in, I need to address the fact that there has been information deliberately withheld from many of you on the project.
That's what they love to hear.
These choices were not made lightly and were done for only the best of reasons. However, I want to make it abundantly clear that following the events of last night, it has been proven to us that that method of conducting ourselves was not viable.
No, not at all.
So, I'm coming to you now to correct this mistake and begin delivering the authentic order of events as we understand them. On the morning of March 1st, a team of 4 researchers was sent into the complex to conduct a routine layout analysis. George Levy, Marvin Lee, Ronald McCarthy, and Peter Tench. At around 12:25 p.m., the group realized that they had lost track of Tench while traversing a previously accessed branch of hallways. As you'll recall, this prompted an immediate withdrawal of response back to standard, followed by several days of significant search efforts. However, those ultimately yielded nothing, and as far as any of us were concerned, Tench had simply vanished, leaving no physical trace. Now, for obvious reasons, that wasn't something that we could disclose to the public, so roughly 2 weeks following his disappearance, our security team was forced to put together a more acceptable cause of death that would keep attention away from this institute and provide closure to the family.
They made a car crash.
So, that is all close to common knowledge, I presume. Not all of you were with us at the time of the incident, however, you're certainly aware of the effects it has had on our internal procedures over the past few months.
Cover us, man, cover
that
us.
was where Tench's involvement in this came to an end. Or at least, that's what we assumed.
Yeah, you guys thought.
Because on May 8th at approximately 5:30 p.m., a motion alert was sent out from the complex, which was closed off at the time. One of our senior engineers was sent down to assess the situation and discovered a male dressed in hazard gear who we were able to identify as Peter Tench. Immediately following this discovery, Tench was moved to a secure room on this floor where, over the following days, a select group of doctors were able to administer a panel of tests in order to determine what had happened to Peter in the 2 months he had been gone. Those tests yielded very little useful information. By all measures, Peter appeared to be in excellent health. However, we were still provided one very useful tool in understanding how the situation unfolded from his perspective. Some of you may recall that on the day of his disappearance, Tench was his team's designated camera operator. Well, when we recovered him, he still had that camera in his possession, and in fact had documented the entire ordeal. The footage will be presented in its entirety later today. However, for the purpose of this discussion, I will only be highlighting key events.
And it had only been like
This is the
hours
hall
for
where
him that
Peter's
passed,
last
right?
seen. They're not in view, but you can hear the others walking behind him. Now, as he approaches the bench on the right here, pay close attention to the audio.
Guys, can you hear this?
He gets drawn in. He doesn't even look back to see if his team's like right on him. He doesn't do none of that.
Guys, can you hear this? Hey.
Again, sorry. Again, sorry for the cut. There was an ad. But they didn't even acknowledge
I will save
him.
the discussion for afterwards, but what you just saw is what we believe to be the moment that Peter was instantaneously transported 2 months forward in time.
And for him, it was just minutes.
Following that abrupt flash you just saw, Tench proceeds back out to the hallway in search of his team, but is without any indication of their presence. The next 30 or so minutes of the tape follow a fairly panicked Tench as he attempts to navigate his way back to the threshold.
I'd be panicked in that
He
moment
does
too.
obviously find his way back. However, the threshold appears not as he knows it, but as it appeared on the date of May 8th. And this ties us back to the moment when we recovered him. So, to summarize, from his point of view, he had only been inside the complex for several hours. So to him, all of the new developments surrounding the threshold were completely foreign.
It alters time.
Luckily, though, as I already mentioned, there were people available to manage the situation as it unfolded. And over the course of the following days, we were able to properly sit down with Peter and work with him to gain a collective understanding of what had happened. However, there was still the very significant fact that Mr. Tench was considered legally deceased as a result of the cover story, and reversing that would be no easy feat.
Yeah.
He understood this
Explain that.
and was willing to cooperate while we looked for a way to reintegrate him without raising suspicion. Unfortunately, though, that process ended up taking quite a bit longer than we had anticipated. And all the while, Peter was sucked out here, waiting idly by. We did our best to keep him engaged, but it is hard to combat the effects of prolonged sensory deprivation on the human brain. And as a result, Peter's mental state took a toll.
Oh, gee,
Not to
you
a
think?
degree that was outright concerning at first, but around the end of week 2, we noticed that he was starting to exhibit a number of behaviors common in patients diagnosed with paranoid schizophrenia. Though we don't have reason to believe that Mr. Tench was afflicted with that condition. Whatever the case, while he didn't express it outright, from what we could gather, he appeared to have deluded himself into believing that he was still inside some sort of illusion created by the complex, and that we were secretly looking to do him harm.
I mean, let's be honest, you probably would.
This all came to a head on the night of the 22nd, when, while Tench was finally about to be transferred to a temporary above-ground residence, he broke away from us and, using stolen credentials, forced his way back into the complex, where he would go undiscovered until just last night.
Oh
when he
my
ambushed and
God.
violently attacked Team B in room 14C, leaving Dr. Bloom in critical condition.
He's not dead?
We can presume that during the 2 or so days Tench spent in the complex, he let go of the idea that he could somehow escape through an alternate threshold, but still held on to the belief that all of us here were working to trap him in some way, despite our actions saying exactly the opposite.
That's why he was so desperate to run through the
Immediately
entire
after firing
complex
a
to get
single
away.
shot from the Remington 870 to Dr. Bloom's side, Tench fled the scene and headed to the threshold outpost, where he would turn the weapon on several more of you while progressing to standard and through the lower offices. Given the abrupt and chaotic nature of the unfolding situation, it took our security team several moments longer than it ideally should have to figure out what was happening. But thankfully,
a very long
while
time.
Tench was passing through one of the empty labs next to storage, Dr. Maxwell was able to act quickly and managed to disarm him.
That's why he didn't have the
accidentally discharging
gun.
the weapon into the ceiling in the process, though. However,
That's why he didn't have the
Tench
gun.
still managed to avoid apprehension, fleeing into the maintenance wing and evading our security staff by taking the freight elevator to the surface.
Yeah, he got out.
Now, this situation could have played out very badly, given the potential number of witnesses around the building at the time.
You still have a doctor injured,
Luckily,
though.
for everyone involved, as far as we can tell, Tinch was not noticed as he exited the property. Around
That's
5
very
minutes later,
strange.
our security team made it to the ground floor and began a thorough sweep in the direction of the hillside where cameras had last observed Tinch. Now, there's no easy way to say this other than to just say it.
Oh, did you kill him?
I am terribly sorry to inform you all, but Mr. Tench was found deceased halfway down the hillside. The result of an extreme blow to the head.
He fell, didn't he?
It appears that while he was running through some brush, he failed to anticipate a sudden dip in the ground and tragically fell forward into a large rock. Given the circumstances, it was not something any of us could have anticipated or prevented. The tragedy of the entire situation undoubtedly remains, but Dr. Tench, regardless of how troubled he was in his final days, was a brilliant man who gave his all to this project. He would certainly not want us hindering it in his name. What we're doing here is so much bigger than any one person. It is the work of a unified effort, and we need to ensure that that is never lost sight of. That we hold on to the pre-established notion that Peter is and has been deceased. That is done, and there is nothing more to be extracted.
Yeah, I don't know if I buy that. I thought it was done. What's playing out for us right now? What is playing out right now? The phone's just continuously ringing. No one's coming to answer it. I don't know about you, but I can't leave my phone ringing for that long. I either shut it off or I answer the phone. This is very ominous. It rang one last time before it was done. Anything in the credits? Anything in the... Nope, nothing in the description. But I don't believe that they were actually really trying to say, oh, we're sad about Dr. Tench. No, they were, again, really just trying to encourage everyone, like, we can't stop on this project. And they're trying to use Tench's death as a means of going, hey, guys, we can't let his death be in vain. This is a scum of a company, okay? This is not a good company. This is... no. But I'm loving the direction this is heading for this series. Like, it's so good. I cannot wait to see more. Let me know in the comments what you're thinking about this, what you are theorizing as well, and maybe what I got wrong about some of the things I've said. I'd love to know, and I'd love to read it, and I'd love to reply. Because I love learning and being corrected on a lot of things that, you know, I'm not fully understanding. I like theorizing myself, but when people know more about it, yeah, I'd love to be corrected. Thank you. I really do. But if you want to check out the entire series as a whole, maybe you're watching this for the first time, maybe you've watched a couple episodes and you're like, hey, I want to go back, links in the description below to go to Kane's channel. If you enjoyed this, make sure to smash that like button, leave a comment down below, let me know what you thought about the series as a whole, and if there's any other series I'd like to see me react to. I can barely talk. I don't know why. But if you're new around here and you've been enjoying seeing, why not click that subscribe button and click that bell to get notified of my next video. I will see you all in the next one, though. Bye!